Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group will be presenting our topic, which is the evolution of mobile phone. Uh, our group members are me, Muhammad Shukri Mustaqim.
Me, Muhammad Hilman.
Me, Muhammad Amiruddin.
And finally, me, Anas Fahmi.
We are from class 4 Ibn Rushd. And firstly, we must know what is a mobile phone. So, a mobile phone is a telephone with access to a cellular radio system, so it can be used over a wide area without physical connection to a network. And what does a mobile phone and what it is used for? So a mobile phone is a wireless handheld device that allows users to make and receive calls. While the earliest generation of mobile phones could only make and receive calls, today's mobile phones do a lot more, accommodating web browsers, games, cameras, video players, and navigational systems.
Uh, this is an example of old school portable mobile phone, which is the Nutec. The Nutec was invented by Martin Cooper. The Nutec also was available in shop in 1983. It also were last and weigh about a kilogram. Also was called bricks due to their size. And finally, the Netec is a gadget, uh, which gadget become trending in 1980s, and they appear in many films of the time, being introduced as high-tech device of the time. And this is a example disadvantages of the Netec. You could only talk for an hour before needing to charge them again. And the Netec also require heavy shoulders bags with battery due to the incompetent battery power. And finally, this phone had 1G of mobile phone system and had weak signal and many problems.
Evolution Mobile System. It has been changing from 2G to 3G and finally 4G. 2G. In the 90s, the introduction of 2G mobile system meant improved reception over wider areas, included ability to send small amount of data such as short message service or the shortcut is or the short form is SMS. The first SMS was sent in the UK on 3rd December 1992. Today, over 2 trillion text messages are sent every year.
Next, 3G. In the early 2000s, 3G mobile internet was introduced, which invented a new generation of smartphones. This invention made video calling and mobile TV a reality. These devices also have large touchscreens and act as internet browsers, media players, and game consoles all in one.
Okay, the final one is the 4G. 4G mobile internet has a speed which phones can download and upload information with which far greater than ever before. Companies are always coming up with new ideas. This includes solar panels on the back of the wrist for charging, or even a phone that uses cola to charge its batteries.
So the evolution of smartphones throughout the years. So on year 1998, the revolutionary smartphone was Nokia 15220, and the fun fact about Nokia 5120 what is it it featured three entertaining games. Next, on year 2007, the smartphone was Apple iPhone. Apple iPhone was seen as the prototype for the current generation of smartphones. Next, 2009 to 2010, it was Android, the first major smartphone OS to allow manufacturers to distribute their own devices. After that, 2010 to 2017, Android open source project, uh, which allow uh, which is a unique platform for open source Android projects. Lastly, 2019 is iPad OS, a game changer bridging the gap between smartphones and laptops.
Okay, This is the example of prototype of mobile phone for each generations. Nokia 5120. It was launched in 1998. At the time, Microsoft and Netscape were fighting the first browser war, and Windows 95 users were preparing for week-long upgrades to Windows 98. The web was new and exciting, but who could type long URLs on a phones? And what would be the point? Could you even recognize a cute kitten on that green and black Nokia screen? Second, the example of prototype for each generation is Apple iPhones. It has been improved from the Nokia 5120. Apple iPhone debuted in 2007. It was a Steve Jobs idea to replacing a keyboard and mouse with a touch screens would change everything. The way the world computed and communicate would never be the same. Early iPhone sales were stunning and hot. Over 6 million units of the first model were sold. Our relationship with the web changed at that time. The desire for greater connectivity was growing, but we still face some major challenge.
Right. This is this is about the new age of mobile phone. Okay. The first one is about Android. From 2009 to 2010, a company named Android started catching up with Apple. Okay. Android's share of the worldwide smartphone market rose from less than 5% in 2009 to 13.8% in the first half of 2010 and reached 24.5% in the second half to become the second most popular smartphone platform in the world. Shipments of Android-based smartphones jumped 561 from 2009 to 2010 to more than 55 million units in 2010. This shift was expected. Android is open source, so it allows manufacturers to distribute their own devices. They can even modify the base OS, but Apple doesn't allow that. Next one is the Android open source. Developer communities crop up around Android in 2010. The Android Open Source Project, also called as AOSP. Android's dominance was cemented by a long period of growth. The number of project commits per month doubled from 2010 to 2017. By 2017, there were 5,188 combined years of estimated development in the project.
And the last of the example of new age of mobile phone is iPad OS. Apple announced iPad OS in 2019. It branches from the core of iOS code. It also comes with Apple sidecar concept. The iPad connects to the iPhone and acts like a monitor. With the release, Apple is betting that users will make a final critical step. They hope they will embrace mobile over desktop PC for their work life. For years, Apple has been gesturing toward a future in which the iPad becomes your primary computer, both because its processing power rivals desktops and because younger consumers just won't know the difference between a mobile device and a computer.
Next, so what would life be like without mobile phones? So firstly, um, people will have to ask for direction in a traditional way instead of using GPS always if they didn't have mobile phone. This is because we all use applications like Google Maps or Waze to ease the navigation process to arrive to our destination. So without the assistance of such apps, we will need the traditional way of asking our way around to get to our destination.
Okay, the next one is people will have major difficulty to communicate with others on the spot. Okay, this is because, as we all know, nowadays we communicate with other people who live far from us through social media, such as WhatsApp and Telegram. So, not having this tool will definitely be inconvenient for us.
And the next is school educational research will be limited because they won't have the technology equipment they serve in the internet. It is because this is something almost all people do, especially students like us who likes to adventure through the internet in search of useful tips and knowledge regarding our syllabus, particularly as Form 4 students who want to adapt to the current syllabus we are learning.
Okay, next. Cyberbullying case will not be worldwide without mobile phones. This is the only good outcome of not having mobile phones because without mobile phones, people would not have access to social media. So no more cyberbullying among users will occur. This can decrease the mental disorder among the humans.
After that, it will be harder for small businesses to promote their product since there is no social media. In this day and age, we all have seen advertisement of products in social media such as Instagram and Twitter. I myself have bought a book advertised on Instagram because its genre fit my taste buds in terms of story and setting. You can even find people advertising skincare or school products to people their age. So no mobile phones would mean no promotion online. So it would stop their business to expand and grow.
Alright, lastly, our life, the disadvantages of our life without mobile phones will be there will be no entertainment in our life, meaning it will be monotonous and boring. I can guarantee almost every teenagers have games on their mobile phones to play when they are bored. So, without the existence of mobile phones, this means that such enjoyment will be gone and reduced to nothing. Teenagers will also spend their ideal time using social medias, which will also not exist without mobile phones.
That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.